What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're just out in River Falls. We're gonna go mountain biking once again. We're on the Mongoose Ledge X2 bicycle. I have my seat post very high, so it's a little bit tricky to show you. So I've got the Mongoose Ledge X2 bike. You've got a Bafang G900 750 watt rear hub motor. We got the Flipski 75-100 Pro V2 controller. We've got the Microshift ACOLYTE 8-speed group set. Except for the cassette, it's a 8-speed Sunrace cassette. I haven't put the ACOLYTE cassette on there yet, but the Sunrace 8-speed cassette seems to work as well. You do need the Microshift ACOLYTE shifter to go along with the Microshift ACOLYTE derailleur, because the cable pull ratio is apparently unique. So like you can't use a Shimano shifter with Microshift ACOLYTE derailleur. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so we're at 55 volts and we're gonna get moving here. We're gonna go mountain biking. It's a beautiful day out. We're at Trelleborg, where there's one lonely car. One lonely soul working on the weekend. Alright, here we go, boys. We're almost there. I bet it's gonna be a busy day out here. I think I saw like 4 or 5 cars in the parking lot. I think it's about noon on a Saturday. What is it? Saturday? Can we show the date? Watch. Yeah, it's 12:45 on Saturday. And we're in 8th gear on the Microshift ACOLYTE derailleur out here at the Whitetail Ridge Trail. And we're gonna get right into it. I did get another chainring because I thought maybe this chainring that came on this bike was kind of like a goofy one. But the chainring that I got seems very similar to the chainring that I have on here. I don't know. The one thing I do know is it's a much smoother ride out here with a Microshift ACOLYTE derailleur. It was Hybrid 600 who gave me the suggestion of getting the Microshift ACOLYTE, and it seems to be working pretty well. Man, I just drank a whole iced coffee and it's just sloshing around in my belly. Oh. I gotta pace myself right now, bubs. I need my stomach to absorb some of this iced coffee. That was a little throttle only jaunt up the BFH climb right there. So I would say if you have a derailleur without a clutch, you're not qualified. all these bumps and stuff. I didn't realize how bad the chain drops actually were and how frequent that was happening until I had the artificial intelligence that was assisting me edit the ride, and even the artificial intelligence was getting annoyed with how often the chain was dropping. There's so many dandelions. I feel like when I'm able to bounce over these roots, it opens up new possibilities and new lines on the trail. And so for me to be able to do that, it's a combination of the suspension fork and the derailleur. Because if you don't have the suspension, it's uncomfortable, and if you don't have the derailleur, then the chain keeps dropping off every 5 minutes. I gotta hit this little thing sometime, but it has such a lip on it. I used to experiment with building jumps when I was a young lad. Well, sometimes you build the jump and you put a big lip on it, and it just shoots you straight up in the air, which is not always desirable. There certainly is an art form to jump building and trail building. What day out here? All the ferns are growing in? Did they just come in? I feel like all the ferns grew in recently. It looks a lot more lively out here. Oh, going into the soft stuff. Whoa. The trail's undergoing construction back there. We dropped it. It's dropping much less frequently, and I'm also like really giving it hell, trying to see if it'll drop. That seemed like it was a combination of pedaling very hard over a bump and bike was kind of at a sideways angle. I don't know. Seemed to be the culprit. I think I learned the proper line to take right there. Holy buckets. It only took me 100 times. This part is brutal if you're on a hardtail. I'm glad I'm not. Oh. Here we are, out in the open trails, approaching a jump. Went slightly faster than normal. Felt like I got a little bit of air in my backpack. Went slinging around midair. Kind of scary. Definitely kind of a little bit scared to hit any big jumps with the backpack battery. It's a little bit awkward. I feel like I have a rattling occurring. What is that? I think my cables might be rattling against my light or something now that I've added this light on here. Maybe let's make that go down. There we go. And it's starting to get hot out here. So I feel like at this point, now that I've got the suspension fork and the derailleur, you can kind of just go rolling over a lot of roots without much consequence. And it kind of allows you to just like go faster in general. It also helps if you can avoid the ruts with your front tire, or lift your front tire up over them instead of running straight into them when necessary. Like if it's a larger rut, you can kind of lift up your front tire over it. Hey. What a day out here, wow. Oh. How's the GoPro doing here? What do we got? 53% battery. We're still rolling. Excellent. Okay. Oh. Oh. So we got the jumps coming up. I might preemptively tighten up the backpack because that last jump was a little bit scary. In fact, that one time when I crashed, I think that, did I have a backpack battery on? I don't think I even did. Or actually, yeah, I did. It's kind of crazy if you have a big heavy backpack in your battery, or a big heavy battery in your backpack, and then you go flying in the air. If your backpack can move around at all, it will. And it'll be like swinging around like a wrecking ball that's attached to your flailing midair body. This part was always notorious for chain drops as well, going up this thing. Alright, we got some jumps down here. Oh, bottomed out the radon. Still getting a feel for this fork. Thinking maybe I should put a little more air in it. Chain's still on. That's how I like it. Out here we're at 53.9 volts. Oh, motor's at 77. GoPro needed a new battery. So here we are. We're in 8th gear on the Microshift ACOLYTE rear derailleur. Bicycle group set system. Ooh. Now we're just cruising along nicely. We're at the BS downhill. Ooh. That part is much easier with some gear on your bike. Oh man, I am hot. Holy buckets. There's the caffeinated rooster. Wow. Oh. Specialized. Some crazy bike. Holy buckets. I had to come out here and get some cool air blowing on me. Wow. Oh. Whenever I leave the house, I'm like, I go down the street and I'm like freezing, and then I put on this windbreaker. Whew, man. But then you get out there pedaling around, holy buckets. It feels like it's 90 degrees in my soul right now. I gotta cruise around, cool down. You can't do this on a normal bike. Look at them all. They're all going kind of slow. My Bafang G900 is going faster. What is going on back there? There's two angry old cars revving their motors, and then there's one old car in the front that appears to be slowing down the whole pack. It's still way back there. It's just going like, I gotta turn around. I'll show you where it is. It's going really slow back there. Look at it. What is going on there? Are they warming up the engines after 50 years, or what is going on back there? Mountain bikers sure are an interesting... Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 what is going on here? Mountain bikers sure are an interesting group of people. A lot of mountain bikers are quite pompous, it seems. Like King Edward pedaling around out on the trails. I put a bag around the flip ski, so it seems like it's getting a little bit warmer. But I almost spilled an iced coffee on it the other day. Whoa, 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 whoa. Almost spilled an iced coffee on it the other day. All it would take is one minor splash onto the flip ski, and it could be a bad news. So it's probably worth having something on there. Even if it makes the flip ski slightly warmer, as long as it's not too warm. Flip ski's at 51, water's at 73. Chain. That knocked it right off of the ACOLYTE. It was actually the front chainring. See, I bought another front chainring, but man, it seems like it's pretty much the same as this one. Do you guys have occasional chain drops with the small front chain rings? Maybe I'll try making the chain slightly shorter. I'm just like hearing the chain. What is going on down there? I'm not sure. Did the clutch on the derailleur turn off here or what? Let's see. We might have to pull over. I gotta grab the quick tool and turn this clutch on because I'm not sure if it came loose. This clutch you can turn on and off with this little screw, but then there's like an off lever that releases it, and then when you release it, I'll show you right now, bubs. So let's try turning this thing on down here on the ACOLYTE. Is this too big? What's going on here? It does seem like it's on. So I'll turn it off and turn it back on. So maybe it's just the chain is slightly too long, who knows? Oops. I'm flying off of that road in an unanticipated direction. Wow. Alright, so down here, we're gonna hit this jump again. Not quite as fast as last time. Going straight for the jump line. Look at all these dandelions. It seems like more grew in since an hour ago. Wow. I feel like I can go so much faster with this derailleur since the chain doesn't drop off. I can pedal hard and hit bumps and stuff. We're at the BS downhill once again. Why didn't you guys tell me to buy the Microshift ACOLYTE sooner? I'm just kidding. Oh man, that was scary. So lost there. Oh! Crunch in the gears. I feel like I'm working off my winter McBlubber out here. This is how we do it. Right here, bubs. I feel like I gotta get a new rear tire on this thing. It's too worn out. I used to be kind of a stickler for putting new tires on. Like, I would always just ride them bald. And you can do that on the streets, but maybe not on the trails. Not worth it. Alright, well that concludes another successful lap at the Whitetail Ridge. Let's take a look. It's still going, but it's starting to get worn off in the center tread. And when that happens, you'll be going around those dang berms, leaning into a corner, and like certain points, like when you're in the middle tread of your tire, it'll feel like you don't have any traction. I could feel it on that berm. A little bit questionable. Alright, so what are we at here? 79 on the motor? Man, this motor just keeps on going, bubs. No big deal at all. What are we at here? 51.6 volts. We gotta get this thing moving. I'm hot. Ooh. So that was a fun time out there at the Whitetail Ridge with the Mongoose Ledge X2 bicycle, the Feng G900, ooh, rear hub motor, and a Flipski 75-100 Pro V2 controller with a Microshift ACOLYTE 8-speed group set, minus the cassette. We have an 8-speed Sunrace cassette, and we're just going this way. We're gonna do the e-bike shortcut across this divided highway in just a second here. Has to be some kind of an event. There's this old car, it's just like an old car event going on. Gave him the thumbs up. There's a big bird swooping around out in that field. Wow, it's like a white, oh wow. I like birds. The AI, when it's analyzing my video transcripts, it doesn't like my frequent transgressions or digressions, or I don't know what it's talking about. AI doesn't like me. Everybody's looking at me over there. There were 3 people just staring at me over there. Like, what is that guy doing? I waved at them, but none of them waved at all. Such is the life of an e-bike puppy. We're just moving along. Who cares about them? It's 48.8 volts. Is all that my Bafang G900 cares about. And the Flipski 75-100 Pro V2 controller. What's up, bird? There's a blackbird in that field picking around in the grass. He's probably eating bugs and stuff. What are you bubs doing? Let me know in the comments. Steve Cummings, what are you doing, buddy? You ever get that motor cable fixed for your friend's motor? Steve Cummings, his friend, his motor, the motor cable where it goes into the axle got all messed up. One of the worst things that can happen to your e-bike motor. So make sure that you're careful of your motor cable on your e-bike motor. Make sure your brake rotors are tight and they don't come out while you're moving, or that can fray the motor cable. I don't see any tractoring right now. There's no tractors in sight. I see a bunch of cows grazing back on that hill back there, but that's it. That's all the work that's happening right now, is the cows are working on the grass. Well, I think that's it for this video, guys. We tested the Microshift ACOLYTE 8-speed derailleur and shifter on the Mongoose Ledge X2 bike. It works pretty good. The chain seems like it dropped off the front chainring a few times. I don't know. I'm gonna try to shorten the chain a few links. I think you guys might be right about that. I'll shorten my chain. I'm gonna take that wheel off, put a different tire on there. Finally, it's about time. Like, I think it's about time. Because you don't want your tire getting too bald out on the trails and then like slipping out when you're going around a berm at 20 miles an hour and then falling into the woods and like breaking your neck or something. So I think it's better to just put a fresh tire on, probably. We'll have to see what I have in the tire bin. I don't know. There goes a motorcycle boy. It looks like someone takes their dirt bike like out in the ditch over there. A true off-roader. I don't see the donkeys out by the fence, so I'm going this way. The Cybertruck's not home. Cybertruck's out exploring. It's out cybering. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. What's up, Steve Cummings? Everybody leave a comment, not just Steve Cummings. And there's a truck behind me with like a trailer, so I'm just gonna pull over and stop the video right about here. So like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time on the e-bike builder channel. What are the stats? Oh, the battery came unplugged at some point, so we've used 4 amp hours since then.